Hey, what's up, everybody? Andre Reese.biz. Not only do I do taxes, I do a whole bunch of other stuff. All right, guys, I'm just out here in my car right now. You know what? I think I'm gonna try to change my sets up occasionally. Kind of do some stuff outside, do some stuff in the car. You know, I do quite a bit of stuff, you know, in my bedroom and all that as well. I figured I'd go ahead and shoot a video real quick and kind of update you guys on how the retail season is going right now for my online business with retail for Amazon as well as eBay. I'm actually sitting out here in front of the post office right now. I just went in there. The place looks like it's whooped. I mean, it's a mess. There's just stuff everywhere. It looks like people have been packaging stuff up. It's kind of crazy in there for sure, but I just dropped off a bunch of packages, you know, and so right now the volume is definitely picking up, you know, substantially over where it was, you know, and I'm realizing one of the things about, you know, the retail Q4 selling season, and this happened last year, you know, before in the past when I used to sell stuff, I would buy stuff wholesale and, you know, send it into Amazon or whatever. I used to get really big, you know, pops on, you know, Black Friday and whenever they had, you know, the Amazon holiday, you know, in the middle of the year. What's it called? I forget what it is, but where, you know, the Prime Day, there you go, Prime Day. I would have big, huge jumps in sales. And so what I've noticed now is that because I'm what you call a salvage retailer, and actually shout out real quick, I need to honor my man, Fred Sanford, you know, Redd Foxx, you know, he actually, today's the 10th, yesterday was his birthday, you know, so even though he was a fictitious character, he definitely did a lot to, you know, he definitely was ahead of his time. And if he would have had eBay as well as Amazon, man, Fred G. Sanford would have been a billionaire, you know, for sure. But definitely shout outs to him and recognizing him on his earthly birthday, which was yesterday, December 9th. You know, shout out to Redd Foxx, you know, Fred G. Sanford, definitely one of my favorite, you know, characters of all times. You know, I've enjoyed watching him growing up. But anyway, kind of getting back to what I was talking about, you know, since I'm a salvage reseller, what I find is the stuff that I buy a lot of times is one-off and it's unique. And, you know, of course I have some stuff in there. I'll run into some toys. I'll run into some, you know, household ththings or whatever they might be. But a lot of the stuff I sell is not necessarily specific to the holidays. Now, of course, during this time of year, all boats have a tendency to rise, you know, which I'm selling quite a bit of stuff now. My sales have definitely increased, but I'm realizing that when it comes to, you know, recognized holidays like Black Friday or Cyber Monday, the mix of stuff that I actually carry is not necessarily supportive of those holidays, but in those days in general. But for the holiday season, I definitely do notice an increase in sales overall. You know, because I do sell a lot of different things. And one of the things I found when I used to sell on Amazon, when I used to go to Goodwill, I used to buy a bunch of stuff, you know, and send it into Amazon to sell it, you know, kind of as new. A lot of the stuff was kind of crazy or unusual. And the stuff would sit all during the year, but it seemed like during the holidays when people were kind of shopping for, you know, unusual gifts, those type of things, those weird things that I would find would be the things that are selling. So I'm starting to notice now, it really started last week, is that my sales now are definitely increasing substantially, but the stuff that I'm selling is stuff I've sat on for a while. Some of the stuff I've had it for a year or two, and I even thought about even throwing the stuff away, but, you know, people are buying those things now definitely as unique gifts. So I'm definitely glad that I have that stuff, you know, to sell, listed online, etc. And the other thing that's kind of happening is I was making regular trips out to the Goodwill bins out in Oakland, and they've completely changed the way that they're doing everything now. You know, so before you'd be able to walk in, help yourself to the feeding frenzy, you kind of focus on whatever area you kind of looked at. Now they've kind of knocked you down to focusing, because of, you know, COVID and social distancing, you get to spend a certain amount of time in each individual bin. So if I'm a book seller or if I'm a houseware seller or, you know, other types of merchandise or shoe seller, you're really limited on the amount of time that you're going to be able to spend, you know, being able to salvage those items. You know, and also too, you know, with the virus right now kicking up like crazy, you know, I've got friends and family members that have, you know, the virus and etc. And it's just no joke right now. So I'm trying to really limit my exposure to, you know, people as much as possible, so we can kind of ride out and get to the, you know, the point where, you know, the vaccine is, you know, readily available. But in the meantime, what I've done is, I've mentioned this before in other videos, I've actually taken and gone and attacked all of my profit piles, or, you know, or death piles, however you guys want to call it. And today I went to my storage unit, and I have everything basically segregated. I have all the stuff that's listed on one side, all the stuff that needs to be listed or is unusual on the other side. And I am almost out of stuff to list. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the stuff that I have left to list right now is the stuff that is very difficult to list. I may have picked up, a camera, for example, an 8mm camera at a estate sale, a year or two ago. And I would have to go through and set that thing up and check it and put the battery in and charge the battery, buy a new battery if it didn't have the battery with it, etc. And I would have to go through and do, extensive testing to make sure these individual items work. And there's no guarantee that they're going to end up working. So what ends up happening is I end up congregating that stuff together in, bins. And like I said, I'm getting down to like the last bit of stuff that I have available to list. So that creates a dilemma at this point. And I'll tell you, I'm very happy, and opportunities happen in unusual ways. Because of COVID right now, and trying to lock down a little bit harder, these death piles that I've had, some of the items in there, maybe a year or 2 years old, whatever they might be, those things are finally getting listed, and I'm so happy about that. But at the same time now, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to go about getting new merchandise. And so I want to have a certain number of listings that are up as I roll into tax season next year. That way I can let a lot of that stuff kind of carry me, and supplement my income. But in the meantime, it's still quite a ways off. And like I said, if I really seriously focused on listing everything I have left right now, at the pace that I've been doing, I probably won't have anything to list in probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks. That's it. And so like I said, a lot of this stuff is bigger items, stuff that needs to be tested, and a lot of stuff that I have been listing lately. Like when I showed you guys those 5 Wiis, I've had those 5 Wiis for a couple of years. And I finally got to the point where I broke those things out and broke them apart, put parts together, reset them, listed them, tested them, and those things are all ready to go. So that's the kind of momentum I'm flowing at right now. So like I said, here we are, the holiday season. I've gotten a lot of listings up, which I'm proud of, but the only thing I'm kind of dealing with right now is what am I going to do next for, products, once I get this stuff done. So what I've decided to do is, once I get these items listed, I'm going to take a quick little break, and then I'm going to start hitting not the garage sales or anything like that, but I'm going to hit up the local thrift stores that are in my area. Start visiting those again until things kind of calm down, and they kind of smooth out back at the outlets in Oakland, and I'll be definitely back to there. But then, like I said, when in the end, us resellers, we have to definitely be flexible all the time. The holiday season, definitely creates challenges. You want to get as many items up listed as possible. If you're not able to list those items now, you want to get them up as soon as you can. If you don't sell those items now, those are items that are going to carry you through, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 of next year. And the funniest thing sometimes is that I might have an item that's like 2 years old. I'm digging through my bins to try to pull stuff out, to send to a customer for the fine items that have sold. And then I'll find an item and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I never sold this thing. I pick it up, I touch it, look at it, put it back down, and something about that energy, and within a day or 2 or 3, I might get an offer on those items. So what I'm doing now for sure, and I don't know if this happens to you guys or not, but if you guys have things that you haven't sold in a long time, and you guys pick them up, you guys touch them, you guys feel them, you think about them, those things actually end up selling at some point as well, let me know. And of course, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, but be always, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow my viewership. I have a lot of different topics I'm going to talk about over time, but most importantly, my stuff is all going to really focus on resell, retail, starting a business, being in business, and just general things that I experience on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. It's going to be over here pretty soon, and lock it down, wear your mask, and be safe, and most importantly, try to enjoy yourself as much as you can, during these unusual conditions that we're in. So you guys can see, since I started making this video, it's definitely gotten dark now outside, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll check back with you guys a little bit later. Like I said, take care, be safe, and we will be in touch. Peace, guys. Hey guys, thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end of this video. Visit me directly at andrereese.biz. 4 things to do: like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell. Stay safe, guys. Lift the glass to freedom. Stay woke and don't get TikTok. Take care. I will see you guys in the next video.